Good evening, folks. Welcome to West Ottawa High School. Matt Wayner alongside Jake Boss. Here for an exciting Hope College tip-off tournament. We're here at West Ottawa tonight. Tomorrow we will be at DeVos Fieldhouse. Obviously, Hope College women's volleyball is hosting the national tournament first round. So that's why DeVos is occupied tonight. So we are out here at West Ottawa for this edition of Illinois Wesleyan taking on Puget Sound. Jake, happy to be with you here. A couple of really good teams to see who will end up playing Hope College. Hope College just finished their first game. 94-54 was that final as they beat John Carroll. So John Carroll will play at 12:30. That will be the loser of this game will play John Carroll, and the winner will play Hope College at 2:30.
Yeah, like you said, a really good matchup here tonight. Excited to see these two teams go at it. We have a great venue, like you said. Unable to get into the DeVos Fieldhouse for the night, but West Ottawa graciously hosted, and two teams that 1-1 on the season, and early on in the season too. So we'll look to see these teams try to find an identity here tonight.
And Jake, really the story, if we're looking at Illinois Wesleyan, is being led by their junior guard, Lauren Huber. Lauren Huber last season was an all-conference player, 18 and 10, leading the league in a double-double, only player to do so. And that's out of a really tough conference, the CCIW College Conference of Illinois and Wisconsin. A lot of good teams. Whitman was the team that came out of that group. Or no, I'm sorry, I misspoke. It would have been Milliken, who won last season. They're the preseason favorite to win that conference again. And yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of Lauren Huber shooting for Illinois Wesleyan, but they'll have their hands full with the Puget Sound team that, although 1-1, really, or 2-0, apologies, they're a team that really is going to shoot a lot of threes.
Yeah, Kennedy Brown, like you said, Huber for Illinois Wesleyan is going to be their main weapon, and her counterpart, Puget Sound, Kennedy Brown, at 22.5 points per game right now, is leading this team. So two high-scoring offenses, two players that are fully capable of making a lot of plays and facilitating a lot of offense. So I look for this to be a high-scoring game and an exciting one as well.
Absolutely, and we're just about getting started here. We're going to turn it down so we can catch the starting lineup in the anthem. We'll be back here in a few minutes to go over those starting lineups and get going here for tip-off. Just a few minutes here live from West Ottawa High School. Back here from West Ottawa High School, Matt Weiner alongside Jake Boss. Start of Illinois Wesleyan taking on Puget Sound. Once again, let's go over those starters for Illinois Wesleyan. It's Huber, Knutson, Bardick, Powers, and Palmer. And for Puget Sound, Patinia, Hillier, Minahan, Gerhart, Brown, and Hill. Tip, scrounge round. That's going to be in the hands of Kennedy Brown. Brown quickly going down to Autumn Hill. She's surrounded by a crowd of defenders from Wesleyan. Here's on the dribble drive. And the dish out, there's Brown for three. She does. Brown, once again, like we've talked about Jake, she's going to be a high scorer. She's got 23 a game so far, just in 2 matchups.
That's right. Illinois Wesleyan coming out in 2-3 defense. Looks like they're daring them to shoot.
There's from deep 3. Looks like that's Bardick, and that's off the mark. And then another 3 from Wesleyan, and Powers gets it to go.
Powers right off the bat, averaging 13.5 per game right now, picking up quickly where she left off.
So the pace, tremendous already. Puget Sound coming down with the rebound, and then it's Brown again off the mark. Rebound moving around as Puget Sound trying to reset. Nice dribble drive up and under for Paige Gerhart. So, Jake, I mean, Puget Sound and Wesleyan both historically really good teams. Puget Sound's 0-1 against them. They've only played 1 time in 2015. But these are 2 teams that we're going to see a lot of 3 balls.
Yeah, and if you look already early, everyone's getting the ball, everyone's distributing, and no one's afraid to take a shot, certainly. So I expect to see a lot of high pace and a lot of shot attempts on both sides. That
ball's batted out of bounds. So the turnover on Illinois Wesleyan will give the ball back to Puget Sound. And that's Gerhart demanding her will. Brown up and under. She is quick.
She is.
Brown is quick. She's going to take a lot of shots today. But she's had such a fantastic career. They trust her a lot. As we go to the other end, that's a 3 ball, and Powers is hot.
Powers 2 for 2 right now. A little pressure on defense here now.
Going the other way, Gerhart, nice easy 2 as she gets the ball down to Autumn Hill. I mean, this pace is horrendous so far. 2 teams that really trust themselves offensively. So I wonder if there's going to be a little more maybe matchup zones later. Nice block by Hill to force the turnover.
A good find
down
there,
out.
too. Trapped in that corner.
Gerhart thinks about it. Dribble around past the key, cross-court pass one-handed to find at the top of the key is Gerhart. Gerhart dribble drives, put the ball down. And now Puget Sound attempting to set up their offense. Nice pick and roll to get Autumn Hill involved down there.
Yeah, you love getting her involved, especially late in the shot clock. She's 6'2", so a lot of size down there. And if you're running out of time on offense, certainly just give it to her and let her go to work down low on a size mismatch.
Hill's a nightmare to cover, and they're going to get that foul is on Powers. Her first of the game. Hills misses the front end, 2 shots. She misses the second. Puget Sound, Jake, is a team that, last season 21-5, disappointing at the end of the season for them. For 14-2 in conference, a loss to Pacific College in the conference tournament knocks them out of contention. And this is a team that looks to get back to it, as we expect. And here is Powers going the other way. An easy 2 is off the mark. Sorry, that was Palmer. And Wesleyan sets it back up. Good hands on the defense by Minahan. And a nice easy 2 that Huber gets to go.
Oh, nice rim assist there. Looks like Puget's doing a lot of trapping on defense, which is leaving a lot of open shots.
Wesleyan, too, looking to get a little bit of a different defensive look, and now they kind of set up more in a man. But at half court, trying to get a little bit of a different look on pressure. Huber with the on-ball defense against Gerhart. Here's Gerhart driving. Can't get the 2-point shot to go. Huber on the rebound. In transition now. Taking up a 2 is Bardick, but the rebound is brought down by Puget Sound, going the other way. Petunia Hillier with the ball. She's a senior from Portland, from Cleveland High School. Petunia Hillier is off the mark, and it's off the hands of Kate Palmer, so it will remain, as we're going to get a host of subs in the ball game now.
I'm not surprised to see a lot of subs here. Talked about quite a bit the pace that this game has been on, and it really hasn't let up from the moment we tipped off.
Two teams that they're going to take a lot of shots, they're going to score a lot of shots. Now let's find the in on the drive for Puget Sound. That's number 0, Paige O. But there's Gerhardt, gets a 3 to go. Going the other way, there's Palmer in transition. Palmer off the mark, rebound is brought down by Paige O. Oh, very fast in transition. The dish off to Petunia Hillier.
Yeah, you like the idea there, just unfortunately had a foot out of bounds when she caught the pass, but a nice little no-look.
So a little bit of on-ball pressure now. And that's O on the ball carrier there. And let's see if we can get these subs in for Wesleyan. Looks like that's Sawyer White, as well as Laura Malum, both girls that have played double-digit minutes this season for Wesleyan. Here's Gerhardt. On the ISO, dishes out. And nothing but nylon from the senior Jordan Reverman, also from Portland, Beaverton High School.
Beaverton.
You know, you and I both West Michigan folks here. I'm from Indiana. I don't know where you're from, Jake.
From Lansing.
From Lansing.
Yes,
so
sir.
we don't know a whole lot about that West Coast lifestyle.
That's right. Heard good things.
Yeah, heard good things. Only what we can say on TV.
That's right.
Well, it might be 7:15 here, only 4:15 out where those folks. So if you're watching here from Puget Sound all the way out in Washington, thank you so much for listening to the broadcast. And for Illinois Wesleyan, not too far of a drive, as there's a few more Illinois Wesleyan fans here. That's Brown, can't get the 3 to go. Rebound and the putback by Peterson Henry, and Puget Sound with the 15-8 lead, and that's going to be a timeout by Wesleyan. So we'll take a quick break as the team's got to talk some things over. Hey, back here from West Ottawa. Jake, what have you seen so far? 15-8's the Puget Sound lead.
Yeah, a lot of shots being put up. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're good.
A lot of shots being up. Very aggressive on defense from both teams, which is leaving a lot of shots open. But they seem to be comfortable with that. Puget Sound has been able to create quite a few turnovers here, mainly off the speed on defense of Paige O. So I look them to keep that pressure on.
With Hill out of the ball game, they're a little bit outmatched from a size perspective, but that defense is good. They're forcing a lot of tough passes on Wesleyan, so you got to be happy so far if you're a Puget Sound fan. As seeing the ball game now, Jake, we got Minahan, O. That's Reverman, Brown, and Peterson Henry in the game now for Puget Sound. Here's Brown. Dribble drive, dishes out. It's to Peterson Henry. Paige O. Yeah, she does. Oh, yes. So in the press, let's see who's in here now for Illinois Wesleyan. We got Sawyer White, Kate Palmer, Mallory Powers, Sarah Bali, as well as Laura Malum. And that's Malum attempting to get the rebound. But going the other way is Kate Minahan. Minahan, nice pass. Ooh, but off the hands of Reverman. Back in the ball game is Hill for Puget Sound. We got the All-American honorable mention, Lauren Huber, back in the ball game, as well as Bardick coming back in, the sophomore guard from Lincolnshire, Illinois. They're going to get Kennedy Brown on the foul there. So Brown's first. Quick pressure here by Puget Sound. Nice pass down there. But Bali is blocked on the way up. A swarming defense by Puget Sound. Here's Kennedy Brown. Can't get it to go. Rebound by Hild, the 6'2 senior, or freshman, I'm sorry.
Strong rebound by Hill.
Yeah, she's not a senior, but she plays like one.
Yeah, she definitely.
Freshman Hill from View Park, California, Marlboro High School. Shout out to Marlboro. Good time to give a shout out. I love Jake to have loggers as their as their mascot. That's pretty good. I know you and I are Hope College Dutch,
That's right.
so we can appreciate a really good mascot.
Love to hear a good mascot. Loggers is certainly up there for me. Not one I've heard before, but.
Malum's blocked on her way up. Hill with the board. Out to Minahan. And Bardick intercepted, doing her Darrell Rivas impression. Or maybe she's doing her Jake Boss impression.
Nope, nothing like that. But, yeah, that's about the fourth block shot we've seen down on that end by Puget Sound. They're certainly pesky and fast on the pressure full court, but are able to collapse and get back underneath the basket to block some shots as well.
Intercepted again. Sarah Bali out in transition. Here's Huber, strong. Can't get it to go. Rebound brought down by Hill.
Good defense there to be straight up, not draw contact for a foul.
Yeah, really good look by Huber, but just not enough. And they're trying to get her going early. Here's Brown on the drive. Can't square up her shoulders. That one's off the mark. They're going to say that one's off Bardick, so it will remain Puget Sound basketball.
So a nice inbound play last time. Let's see if we can replicate that here.
Trying to get the back door open up. 20-8 is the Puget Sound early lead. They've been hot early and often. Illinois Wesleyan, though, a team 41% from three in their first two games. And a team we can expect that at no point in this game will they be out of it. There's Minahan off the mark. Rebound by Bali, and she's going to be fouled.
Yeah, you said it. Maybe down 12 early, but with the frequency that this team puts up shots, and certainly I expect as they settle in, more and more will start to go down.
So the Loggers are bringing back in a couple of starters. That's Patinia Hillier, as well as Paige Gerhardt. Gerhardt, pretty good showing out there in first quarter. So we've got 2 minutes to play here in the first. Going the other way, Malum gets the ball out to Bali. Bali in the corner, around. Can Malum get it to go? No. Rebound by Gerhardt, going the other way. Gerhardt. That's a new name. That's Addison Reardon, the junior from Lake Oswego, Oregon, Lake Ridge High School. Pretty good look coming off the bench, hitting that three. Going the other way now. Yeah, Bardick gets it to go.
So often games like this come down to bench production and you start getting a little tired.
There's Sarah Skaggs in the ball game now. So coming in the ball game now for the Loggers, looks like that's Peterson Henry back in, as well as Emma Eisman, the junior from Davis, California. In now for Illinois Wesleyan, starter Kate Knutson, a senior from Collinsville High School, Maryville, Illinois. Gerhardt setting up offense now for Puget Sound. On-ball pressure provided by Ava Bardick. Gerhardt, nice pass. And that's going to be an and one by Ayanna Peterson-Henry. So the foul is going to be on Huber. Huber's first of the ball game. I know if you're an Illinois Wesleyan fan, Titan fan, you're going to want to see Huber start to get going a little bit more on the offensive end of things.
Yeah, and two real things you can do right now if you're Illinois Wesleyan is you need to start boxing out a little better. You see that you get gashed on the boards a lot.
All the way to the bucket is Illinois Wesleyan, and looks like that will be Kate Knutson, fouled on her way up.
And then the second thing, like we saw there, was just some good ball movement. You know, they've been getting a lot of open looks. If you keep the ball in the air, not dribbling, you're going to get those open looks, but just how aggressive the Puget Sound defense is. And so you just got to start seeing them fall. I think once one goes down, Hubert and the other girls, it's kind of contagious. So, yeah, we'll see once some shots start falling.
Knutson gets the front end of that one to go. So 11-26. Puget Sound leads. Can't get the second to fall. And they're going to need some time here. And that's an ill-advised pass by Eisenman. So Palmer finds her way back in the game for the Titans. We just got 36 seconds left here in this first quarter. You can see the Hope College Dutch team is on the sideline. They're doing a little bit of scouting themselves. Up and under is Knutson, but she's blocked on the way up. Here's Huber with room. Nice pass down. Looks like they're going to call 3-second violation on the Titans. So another turnover on Illinois Wesleyan. They decided to give a little bit on-ball pressure for this last possession.
Yeah, I want to make sure you don't just let them dribble it out and save for the last shot.
They get the trap. Gerhardt with no room to work, but she gets the back out to Skaggs. Here's Gerhardt on the ISO. With time, nice spin move. No foul on the way up. 26-11. That's the end of our first quarter, and we'll be back to talk about it here in just a minute. Hey, we're back here at West Ottawa High School, 26-11 after the first quarter. That's a Puget Sound Logger lead. And Jake, similar weather out in Portland, Oregon, as we look up now, 51 degrees and sunny out there. We had a nice couple of days out here in West Michigan. It would normally be snowing around this time in Holland, but hey, we got 60 yesterday. We got 48 to 50 today, so I'm feeling pretty pleased with the weather out here in Michigan.
Yeah, thankful to see some sun finally. We had a little spell there with, it seemed like one day we got about 5 inches of snow in one day, but back on track now, so.
There's Palmer for the open three, just off the back iron, rebound brought down by Paige O. Paige O, who you had mentioned, all the way from Honolulu, Hawaii, as turnover by O there, puts the ball in Palmer's hands.
It's got to be as far away from Holland, Michigan as you can be.
So give a shout out to her family who might be watching somewhere. one's off the mark. Rebound brought down by Autumn Hill. Autumn Hill trying to set up all the way to the bucket, and that's a turnover in the hands of Lauren Huber. Here comes Bardick the other way. Euro off the mark.
Illinois Wesleyan, you really can't be too upset about the way you're playing. It's been pretty good defense. You've been failing to box out at times, but you know, you're showing a lot of good things out there. The shots just aren't going down. You're getting a lot of open looks, so not much you can really do except you know, try to get in the rhythm and hope they do.
All credit really goes to Puget Sound early with a great defensive effort. As they're setting up for three. Yeah, she does. That's Jordan Reverman. Jordan Reverman, the senior, nice shot. And they're going to get a little bit too much with the hands. It's Katie Minahan. That's Minahan's second. So Gerhardt's going to come back in the ball game for her. We also got Kennedy Brown back in the ball game. Bardick commanding here for the Titans. Huber for two, off the mark, just deep. Out in transition, Brown, ill-advised pass to Pageau, just a little too much, trying to lead her receiver. And Illinois Wesleyan, the Titans are going to take another timeout. So they got to talk things over. We'll stay right here for a second. 29-11 is Puget Sound lead. And Jake, from what you're seeing, I mean, it looks like defensively the Loggers are just making things so difficult, able to kind of mix and match in and out of a tough zone. And, you know, they'll do some of that man, but it just looks like it's so confusing and making things hard for Wesleyan to kind of find their momentum.
Yeah, I think the main thing they're doing right now is just applying pressure. And I think Wesleyan just needs to collect themselves, calm down a little bit, and you don't have to force up shots. You may be down 18 points, but there's no reason to panic. There's no reason to start forcing shots. You know, move the ball around. You're going to create openings with how aggressive they are if you just keep the ball moving around the perimeter. Eventually something's going to open up, and then yeah, you just have to capitalize after that. And yeah, like you said, all credit to Puget Sound defense, but they're certainly getting done on the offensive side as well. We've seen three-point production from a few different players here on Puget Sound.
So Puget Sound, like we said last year, the tough loss to Pacific, the conference tournament. And it was Whitman that represented the Northwest Conference in the national tournament. So returning Kennedy Brown. Kennedy Brown had 13.5 points per game last year. She's averaging 22.5 in the first two games. She's still kind of getting going here. Let's look up at the action. Here we got Kate Palmer around the horn, out to Bardick on one wing. Bardick, nice pass to Huber. Huber, yep. They're going to take the easy ones. That's what they need to do.
That's right. Puget switched to a little zone there, and just a good catch and shoot there, knowing where she was on the court.
Kenny Brown dribble drive. Almost called for the travel, it looked like, but she gets the ball up to Gerhardt. A lot of dribble drive offense so far that we've seen from the Loggers. Out there's Paige O. Oh no, not this time. That one's going to be off Kate Palmer.
They're not afraid to pull these too. A lot of these threes have been behind the men's white line there. Some range.
Yeah, a lot of credit to the way basketball has changed and how you can find yourself on a college roster if you're able to shoot the ball that well. A little bit of a tie-up down there. So it will remain, after the jump ball call, it will remain with the Loggers. Nice pass on the inbound for the easy two by Autumn Hill. 31-13 is the Puget Sound lead. Ill-advised pass, Huber trying to save it. She does to Bardick, but she's got on-ball pressure. She gets out of it. Pass out to Huber. Huber finding space, looks up. That's Powers off the mark. Rebound brought by Hill.
short. Just one more pass there. If you swing it back up to the top of the key, it's an even better shot.
Gerhardt down to the freshman hill. She's got room now. Gerhardt off the mark. Looks like they're going to get Reverman on the foul there. Back in the ball game for Puget Sound, that's Addison Reardon. Addison Reardon, junior from Lake Oswego, Oregon, Lake Ridge High School. Here's Bardick, going the other way. Bardick sets up long two, yep, gets it to go.
It's good to see Bardick. Certainly early on was hitting and went cold there for a while, so hopefully that can spark something.
Gerhardt dishes off to Reardon, who thinks about it. Now the ball with the fast, twitchy Paige O. Paige O out, finds Reardon. Rim in and out, rebound by Huber. Huber gets the ball out to Kate Palmer. Kate Palmer is stripped by Kennedy Brown. Wonderful defensive effort. She's going to get called for the foul there. She doesn't like that one. I agree with Kennedy Brown.
It looked like a lot of ball, but
then again, we do want to thank our referees. They do a fantastic job, and we're so grateful for them to be here and at West Ottawa High School calling a wonderful game.
it's bang bang too, and the game's moving at such a high pace, high speed that it has been. It's tough to tell, certainly from up here.
Palmer gets first to go. That'll cut the lead down to 15. That's 6:29 to play here in the second quarter. Pretty quiet crowd, I would say, Jake. We're used to being in the loud, booming DeVos Fieldhouse. You know, a stadium that any day of the week can have more fans than a lot of Division I schools. And we'll be there tomorrow to watch more basketball. Like we said earlier, the loser of this game will play John Carroll at 12:30. The winner will play at 2:30 against Hope College. Here's Reardon, picks up her dribble. Gets it out to Skaggs. Skaggs for two, yeah.
Nice
Good little
move.
pick and pop.
Nice move there. Already the pressure on the other end though.
Bardick the other way is fouled on the way up. They get the ball out in transition, try to beat the Loggers up the court. So they got that foul on Autumn Hill. It's her first. 4 fouls in the half for Puget Sound.
I'd like to see Powers get a few more shots up here for Wesleyan. She had those 2 threes early on in the game and haven't really seen much of her since. She's been active on defense but hasn't really had the ball in her hands much on the offensive side.
Yeah, I mean, she had the hot hand early, like you said. You'd like to see them go back to that. So it's a miss by Bardick on the front end. And really, you can imagine with the 4 teams that are in this tournament, all them storied programs, John Carroll, Hope, Illinois Wesleyan, and Puget Sounds, all have great basketball history. You can expect that, you know, all these teams understand what it takes to be playing at a high level in Division III women's hoops. And these coaches with so much experience that got to give them a lot of love. So here's Reardon the other way on the pump fake. Puts the ball on the floor, dishes out. Looks like that's Patinia Hillier is off the mark. Here's Huber. At the top of the key is Powers, and just like you said, Jake, Powers gets the 3 to go to cut the lead to 12. Puget Sound's going to need to take a timeout to think about things. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Back here at West Ottawa, 33-21. That's the Puget Sound lead. Got on ball, full court pressure now from the Titans. They pick up Bettina Hillier all the way. Setting up is Reverman. That one's off the mark. Here's Powers out in transition. That one's batted out of bounds by Reverman. Here's Wesleyan now. It's now in the ballgame. Sawyer White, sophomore from Downers Grove, went to Montini Catholic High School. Bardick, nice dish to Malum down low. Malum gets 2 to go. I love that one-handed pass.
Yeah, they're really finding some rhythm here on offense now.
So Wesleyan's cut the lead to 10. Puget Sound trying to find some more offense. They got Kennedy Brown on the bench. But hey, Reverman gets that 1 to go. For 3 is Bardick. Yeah! Big time 3-pointer. Ava Bardick.
It was just a matter of time before they started going down. All of a sudden, we got a 9-point ball game.
Reverman, long 2, way deep. So another turnover, and Illinois Wesleyan looks to have the momentum. So Puget Sound's going to bring in their 2 starters and leading scorers, Gerhart and Brown, back in the ball game now. Going the other way. Newton out, and that's Powers for 3. Powers off the mark. Rebound by Reverman. Here's Brown. A lot of room in front of her. She's out to Minahan, and that's to Reverman now, trying to set up and get some space. Up and under. Gets it to go.
Really good off ball, off the dribble.
Another block. That block's going to be by Peterson Henry. Peterson Henry, the sophomore from Verduga Hills, California. Kick ball, few subs coming in the ball game now. Sarah Bali is coming in for Illinois Wesleyan. Tina Hillier and Emma Eisman in now for Puget Sound. Gerhart trading space for herself. Picks up her dribble. There's Eisman off the mark. Gets her on board. Issues to Peterson Henry for 2.
Yeah, you have to box out. You know this Puget Sound team's going to be following their own shots and crashing the board.
Really like the adjustments Wesleyan's made to pass their way through that zone. And they've really been effective. Here's Powers. It's a Bali. Now pick up her dribble, and there's just 10 seconds left in the shot clock. Call's going to be foul on the body by Peterson Henry. Malum now at the free throw line. 39-26 Puget Sound lead. Just kind of hovered around that 9 to 12 point range for the last couple minutes. But if you're a Titan fan, you got to be pleased with the way they're adjusting, passing through that zone, making things challenging on the Loggers.
You know the Loggers are going to be taking some shots on defense, so.
Bettina Hillier now bringing it up court for the Loggers. Out to Eisman. Hit out of bounds by Bali. Remain Logger basketball. Got 2:36 to play until half. Just a tough possession all around right there for Puget Sound. Another turnover.
Good job by Wesleyan, even though it was a side side inbound, still putting that pressure on them on their own side of the half court.
Huber with room. She's fouled on the way up by Autumn Hill. I think one of the things I really like when you see Huber play, she doesn't hesitate. When she has the ball in her hand, she likes to make a jab. She likes to make pump fakes. She likes to create space for herself. She knows exactly where she wants to get to the bucket, squares her shoulders up well as she gets the first free throw to go.
Yeah, she definitely has a good understanding of their offense and what they're trying to accomplish.
Just off the mark there, rebound brought down by Peterson Henry. Patina Hillier all the way, but it's picked off there by Ava Bardick. There's Bardick down. Huber off the mark, rebound brought down by Eisenman. Brown on the dribble drive. Yeah, out to Gerhardt. Nothing but nylon, Paige Gerhardt.
Put her body on the line on the dish.
Wesleyan with pace going the other way, it's Malum.
I like what Wesleyan did there with their trail. Kick it out to the wing and then just give it to your trail going downhill with some speed, with some pace. But I think one more pass out there, we saw a big collapse on her in the middle. Would have done justice.
Bardick for three, yeah. Big shot there by Ava Bardick.
Off the inbound pass, she now has 12 points.
Here's Patina Hillier going the other way. On the drive is Einsman, nice fake, up and under. Can't get the two to go. She throws the ball out to her guard, Patina Hillier. Eisenman off the mark. Rebounds brought down by Malum. Going the other way, we got Sawyer White. Huber gets the ball out to Bali. Three-point try, no good. Rebound by Gerhardt. Gerhardt in transition. Eisenman for two. Yeah, she does.
Cherry picking there. And it works out to their advantage, banking on the miss.
37 seconds to play here. 14-point lead by Puget Sound. Ball's batted out of bounds by Gerhardt. Gerhardt been really impressive so far in this game. She demands a lot when she's guarded, which I really like from her on the offensive end. And defensively, she just continues to move, continues to make the passing lanes really difficult to pass through.
Yeah, not necessarily the offensive leaders that we thought we'd expect here tonight, with Gerhardt really stepping up. Strong finish there by Hubert.
Lauren Huber, determined look on her face. She just bodies her way through that Puget Sound defense for the and one opportunity.
It's got to feel good with the chance. Cut it down to 11 points. You'd love to get a stop and go into halftime down only 9 again.
You don't want her to get going.
Definitely.
If you're a Titan fan, you absolutely do.
Yeah, it's been the Bardick show here so far tonight, as long as 11 points, as well as Powers, who has 9. So accounting for 20 of the 32 points right there. Hubert trying to make a dent in that. 7 currently. 8 on the make.
Hubert takes a seat on the bench. That's Kate Palmer now in the ball game. Gerhardt the other way, all the on-ball pressure now. Gerhardt picks up her dribble, gets out to Paige O. Paige O thinks about it. Now to the wing. This freshman now in the ball game is, looks like that's Claire Thompson. Claire Thompson's freshman from Santa Cruz, California, Santa Cruz High School. Those Those are her first minutes tonight. We got 10 seconds to go. 44-33 is the Puget Sound lead.
Interesting to see what kind of play Wesleyan draws up here. Whether they keep it in Hubert's hands or relying maybe a hot shooter like Powers.
Bardick for three. Yeah! Nothing but net.
Pretty looking shot there. And that was good, the sequences you could have hoped for.
And wow, just like that, Illinois Wesleyan able to break down that lead to 8 points at halftime after trailing by more than 10 for the majority of the half. Really happy if you're a Titan fan, because coming back to the second half, they got the momentum. It looks like they have some stuff that they like to see from that Puget Sound defense they can start to work through.
Yeah, and how about Ava Bardick so far tonight? 14 points, and you saw a lot of her different capabilities. You know, she's been taking it from the elbow as well as a threat from deep, and that last shot there, a little fadeaway you saw, was just the cherry on top. So a really good job by Wesleyan of, you know, just trusting themselves, knowing who they are, and down 18 points. They've been able to chip away into that through, you know, another Powers three, and then Hubert really starting to get going with 8 points. But yeah, you look for them to continue that. We look at some team stats here. 39 shots and 36 shots, so spread pretty evenly on both sides of the floor. Puget Sound 46% from the field, while Illinois Wesleyan is only 33%. Puget Sound shooting 53% from the field, to 40% from Illinois Wesleyan, and then you see the free throws. Puget Sound only hitting 33% of the free throws right now, 1 for 3, while Wesleyan is 6 for 11, so they're definitely taking advantage of their free throw opportunities. But I think the real story lies in the rebounds right now. Puget Sound out-rebounding Illinois Wesleyan 2-1. 32 rebounds to Wesleyan 16. So if they can even out that disparity, I think the second half should look even better for Wesleyan.
We'll take a quick break here, Jake. For Matt Wayner and Jake Boss, we'll be back in about 12 minutes for some second half action here at West Ottawa High School. Hey, we're back here at West Ottawa High School. It's Matt Wainer alongside Jake Boss and Taylor Catton on the production team. Thank you to Taylor, doing a wonderful job tonight. 44-36, that's the Puget Sound lead. Shout out to all the listeners out in Washington, thousands of miles away, tuning into this broadcast. Thank you so much for listening. As we got an exciting second half, Illinois Wesleyan starting to bring up the momentum late in that second half. They're going to try and continue things going. It's those starters back in the ball game for Wesleyan. Bardick, Powers, Palmer, Malman in now. And that's a deep three by Kate Palmer to start things off. Cut things down to a 5-point lead.
Picking up right where they left off.
Gerhardt, tough shot. And Hill fights for that rebound, but Palmer comes down with it. Palmer moving with pace, gets right by Kennedy Brown. There's Huber. All-conference Huber off the mark. In the hands of Kennedy Brown. Kennedy Brown second up a pick and pop offense. She's off the mark. Nice bounce. We get the ball back to Katie Minahan. It's Gerhardt trying to make room to work. She dishes the ball off to Minahan. Shot clock winding down. Dishes to Hill. Can't get it to go. Huber in transition. Huber for two. Yeah.
Pretty there by Huber.
Just a 3-point lead now for Puget Sound.
See, out of nowhere.
There's Petunia Hillier off the mark. Titans come out red hot. Puget Sound still trying to get their first bucket of this half.
Puget Sound had 18 points in the paint in that first half as compared to Wesleyan 6. And they're letting up some deep shots here and letting them get back into it.
Gerhardt for three. Off the front of the iron. Rebound by Palmer. They're going to get Kennedy Brown on that foul.
Another empty possession.
So Kennedy Brown with 3 fouls. She's going to need to take a seat on the bench because they need her. They're going to need Kennedy Brown like they need air for the rest of this game. So she's got to take some time on the bench. So Paige O coming in the ball game for some on-ball pressure.
Feel comfortable even with her subbing out with Paige O and the spark, she can provide.
Just too much mustard on it from Bardick, trying to get the ball down to Huber off her hand, so that will be another Wesleyan turnover. Gerhardt commanding the Logger offense. Trying to get Autumn Hill involved. Paige O with the ISO. That rebound brought down by Hill. She's going to get fouled.
Strong by Hill to keep that ball in the air.
Foul.
Against the contact.
So Mallory Powers will get her first foul. So the ball's batted around. Looks like the ref's deliberating whose possession. It will remain with Puget Sound.
I think he called it a kick ball there. Sometimes all it takes is a well-drawn inbound play to provide your team some energy, and a good job drawing the foul there.
So another foul there on Powers. It's her second. Second in 2 minutes, really. There's Gerhardt at the free throw line. So really, Jake, change of pace here. Got a 5-0 run by Wesleyan to start off this half. What did you notice they did coming out of the gate to get things going?
Yeah, I mean, you talked about it. lean on what's working, and they've been shooting the ball well, starting at the end of that second quarter. First quarter was a different story, but they did get hot, and they came out of the gates hot too, and just doing a good job of moving the ball, as you see, escaping the press right there. Unfortunately, announcers jinx, but.
And now it's Puget Sound getting some opportunities. Gerhardt hits the 2 free throws, turnover, Gerhardt 3.
Do it by yourself, Gerhardt.
She's having a great game.
All day, she'll take that shot.
So Gerhardt's got 13 here. Going the other way, that's Gerhardt now again.
Gerhardt.
She's blocked on the way up by Powers. They're gonna get a jump ball. No, I'm sorry, no jump ball. They're actually gonna get Gerhardt on the foul. So that's her second foul. Puget Sound now clinging to an 8-point lead. Malham's gonna take a seat on the bench. They're gonna bring the senior from Maryville, Kate Knutson, back in the ballgame. Bardick setting up offense for Wesleyan. She's got Palmer out on the wing. Palmer finds Powers. Knutson with space. And Autumn Hill, rejection. Such a presence, the 6'2" frame.
Like we said earlier, just a freshman. Only playing her third collegiate game, so a lot to look forward to if you're a Loggers fan in Autumn Hill.
She just looks like, as the minutes go by, she's just getting more and more comfortable defensively. She knows her strengths well. It's somebody, like you said, you can expect a really promising future for her as she just gets a little bit older, more experience.
Yeah,
she doesn't get pushed around much.
It's definitely a different speed of game when you get to the next level. Even if it is, no matter what division it is, you have to adjust. And she looks like she's handling it well.
Talking from the perspective of a college athlete, Jake, as Patinia Hilliard drains the 3, so now with an 11-point lead. Jake, talking from a collegiate athlete experience, what's that like going from high school sports to then stepping on a football field as a freshman and feeling a totally different level of game?
Yeah, I think the first thing you notice is just how good everyone else around you is. You know, you're used to, as an errant shot there, but you're used to being the guy in high school, or the girl in this case, and then you get to a good school with a historically good program, and you find out just as quickly there's a lot of players that are just as good and better than me, so you have to work that much harder to try to earn minutes. And yeah, so it's certainly a wake-up call, but if you adjust well to it, then you can definitely set yourself up for success by you know, playing against competition that's better than you, making yourself better.
So a missed shot on both ends for both teams. Hillier off the mark there. Rebound by Huber. Huber chucks it up, trying to find Knutson in transition. It's a turnover now in the hands of Paige O.
Yeah, you're not going to win a foot race with Paige O. She is the fastest player out there, so an errant lob there.
Ooh, Gerhardt, spin move. Trying to put Huber in a spin cycle. Minahan with the shot clock winding down. O trying to get some room to work. Patinia Hillier with the air ball, so that will be another Puget Sound turnover. Bolly and Powers are coming in the ball game now for Wesleyan. It looks like that's Sarah Skaggs, the freshman from Bellevue.
Really good defensive sequence there by Wesleyan. Did a good job staying in front of the ball, not letting Paige O penetrate, using your size to your advantage, and then switching well too and closing out on that final shot.
So Skaggs and Peterson Henry in the ball game now for Puget Sound. Ooh, Patinia Hillier looks like she just about got that strip. They're gonna get her on the foul. So Patinia Hillier now with 2 fouls. sophomore now at the top of the key for Wesley. Gets down to Powers. Powers the long two with a defender in her face, and she gets it to go.
Yeah, I like that by Powers. A good field shot there. With the defender in the face, like you said, hand down, man down.
Tina Hillier commanding the offense now for Puget Sound. 9-point lead here by the Loggers. Here's Minahan looking for the high screen and roll. She aborts it. An ill-advised pass. And running out of the shot clock. So shot clock violation there by Puget Sound.
A couple really good defensive stands there. And you see the big man, Autumn Hill, checking out now. So this is the time where you need to take advantage of that, no longer have a size mismatch down there. So
Wesleyan now trying to work against Puget Sound in a 2-3 zone. They're working with an offensive player moving in and out of the middle of the floor, trying to create some space. They pass through the zone pretty well in the second quarter. So they'll look to do that again, see if they can get some open, easy looks.
I'm sure the zone is a welcome sight for a team that likes to shoot it from behind the arc as much as they do. It's just going to come down to that ball movement, like you said.
And they switch to man, a little bit more favorable matchups. Looks like they got Peterson Henry on the foul on the Knutson drive. So Puget Sound now with 5 team fouls. Something we got to consider here.
Quickly with 5.
Is Illinois Wesleyan already at the free throw line and looking to attack consistently?
Yeah, being a bonus for the remainder, and maybe even reach that double bonus. So a lot of free opportunities here. You have to be certainly sound on defense and not give them any free chances.
Knutson off the mark. The trap almost gets Minahan, but she gets it out. Reverman, yeah! Jordan Reverman. Great shot.
A lot of confident shots. You know, when you're applying that full court pressure, you can't be.
Powers middle of the field. But Wesleyan gets their own rebound. Palmer hesitates. Yeah, and she gets the 2 to go. Nice drive. And Wesleyan wants to take a timeout. They got just a 10-point deficit. We got 3:10 to play in the third. 55-45 is the Puget Sound lead. Let's take a quick break. Hey, back here at West Ottawa, Jake Boss alongside Matt Wayner. 55-45. That's the Puget Sound lead. Jake, what are you expecting kind of changes now with 5 team fouls with 3:10 to play here in the third quarter? How do you think that changes what Illinois Wesleyan's going to want to do offensively?
Yeah, Puget Sound got off to a slow start, and we saw a lot of the points gotten back by Wesleyan were from beyond the three-point line and not in the paint. Nice and one there.
Jordan Reverman on the drive. She's having a great game.
Absolutely.
She hits that big three to go up 12, and then does it again a minute later. Jordan Reverman, hats off.
Certainly. But yeah, like you said, with the foul trouble now, if you're Wesleyan, I expect to see them to try to take it inside a little bit more and try to draw some contact, because you certainly are more comfortable with free throws than you are. Good shot there by Powers. He's up to 13 on the day now.
Gerhardt commanding offense, going the other way. Bali with the on-ball pressure. Sarah Bali's a sophomore from Bloomingdale, Illinois, Lake Park High School. They're going to get Reverman for the travel. So Reverman, a few huge possessions there. It's a 10-point lead. Just about 2 to play. At the top of the key is Kate Palmer. Out to Bali, trying to make their way through that zone. Bardick shoots her way through it. Nothing but net, and it's a turnover. Palmer can't get it to go. Rebound is brought down by Gerhardt.
Miss there.
Ball's batted around, and it's in the hands of Sarah Bali. Moving up the court, here's Huber with room to work. Gets to Bardick. Bardick, one more pass. Not enough for Powers. Rebound by Peterson Henry.
Talk about Hubert really not being one of the main offensive leaders on his team right now, but you saw on that possession, every time she gets the ball, she's drawing a double down there in the paint, which is opening up some other wide open looks for her teammates. So still impacting the game.
Plays very unselfish. And they're going to get Powers on the foul. Let's take a look real quick at some stats here as we get the substitutes. It's Gerhardt. Reverman's got 15, Gerhardt with 13. They lead Puget Sound. Peterson Henry adds 7. For Illinois Wesleyan, it's Bardick who leads with 17, Powers with 13, Huber with 10. So balanced scoring attack really for both teams. Reverman, I mean, just really playing some very valuable minutes off the bench.
And you got to be impressed with Bardick as well. Getting the bulk of that in the first half, but has made an impact here in the third quarter as well.
So Gerhardt gets that free throw to go. Now an 8-point lead. Bardick setting up offense. And like we said at the beginning of the game, both teams really shooting three-point ball pretty consistently. Here's Powers. Off the glass, too strong. Huber, too strong for Puget Sound.
Good work down low by Huber. Able to get positioned and box that one out. An easy putback.
Gerhardt calling for the high screen and roll. Looks like they're going to get a foul on the body. That one's on Powers. Powers with 4 fouls now. So Powers going to have to take a breather. They're going to get Sawyer White, the sophomore from Downers Grove, back in the ballgame.
4 fouls for Powers is not what you want. She came into this third quarter with 0,
and she's been so important for them.
Yeah.
You know, she's a player that impacting the game defensively all game.
Yeah.
They're going to need her to be back in for the fourth quarter.
Yeah, a bit of an interesting decision if you're the coach there. You don't want to see this deficit increase even further, but you also don't want to see one of your better offensive players fouled out. So how do you use her here?
Kenny Brown with the huge offensive rebound there to set back up offense now. Puget Sound, they're going to get Brown on the travel. can see Jake Bardick just staying calm, trying to find opportunities for Wesleyan. They're just chipping away at that lead. Huber in the middle of the field. With room to work, can't get around Hill just enough. Hill with 3 fouls now. 25 to play here in the third. Huber gets the first to go. Cuts the lead to 6. It's 25 to play here in the third. Huber again. Volley in the ball game now for Huber. Maybe one possession left.
The free throws are going to be huge down the stretch of this game. We've seen Puget Sound struggle a little bit at the free throw line, and Huber, like we just saw there, drilled both.
Petunia Hillier, she's going to get called for the travel. Moves her feet just a little bit too much there.
Yeah, looks like a gather step into the hop, which would be 3.
Maybe one last possession here for Wesleyan. They're just down 5 points here in the third. Chipping away, chipping away.
Huber back in the game now. See if they use her here.
Bardick setting up offense. Found the key. There's Huber with room. Too strong. Rebound brought down by Gerhardt. And as the buzzer sounds, it's Puget Sound clinging to a 5-point lead here at West Ottawa High School in the Hope College Kickoff Tournament. We'll take a quick break. Back here at West Ottawa, Jake Boss alongside Matt Wayner. 10 minutes of a game that's been felt a lot closer than it's been.
Yeah.
Back and forth, kind of a double-digit lead consistently for Puget Sound as Illinois Wesleyan now knocking on the door of a comeback, just down 5.
Yeah, it's Illinois Wesleyan just not going away. Pulled it within 3 at the start of that third quarter, and then, like you said, kind of got back down to that double-digit deficit, and now within 5. It's just been hanging in there the entire game.
Kennedy Brown's been quiet. It's been a whole lot of Gerhardt. So Gerhardt at the free throw line again. Feel like we've been saying that all night. She gets the first to go. As we take a look here at the stats through 3 quarters, what things have stood out to you here?
Yeah, you look at, for Puget Sound, you look obviously at Gerhardt and Reaverman, your 2 biggest scorers with 15 apiece, and then nobody else even in double digits. So the offense heavily relying on those 2. And then nice block
Another
there.
rejection by Autumn Hill.
Huge block.
you can see a defensive star in the making. At this level, Jake, for as many Division III women's basketball games as we've seen, I mean, you can see the dominance that's going to come of her as she continues to get confident. Great steal by Gerhardt. In transition now. Throw it out to Minahan. Here's Brown for three. Off the mark. Rebound is brought down by Malum. Malum out to Huber. Huber in the ISO, and she gets called for the travel. She spun right into Autumn Hill.
Yeah, good job trapping there. You're not going to get around Autumn Hill. And presence down there, so still deadlocked here. Neither team really making a move to pull away.
If Puget Sound is able to clinch this game, obviously they would play Hope College tomorrow at 2:30. We would see the Autumn Hill versus Raven Jemison matchup. It really seems to be writing itself in the stars.
Yeah. Yeah, I think either one of these teams would be a great matchup for Hope. Kind of matching.
Malum drives another Hill block. Hill absolutely dominant defensively tonight.
Brings the team total up to 10 blocks.
Jeez.
Sound only averaging 6.5 on the season coming into this game.
So Hill's got 7 herself. Hill, the dominant presence defensively, and like I said, you can see if they're able to clear this out. Raven Jemison, about 6 foot, 6'1" for Hope College, a senior. Will be a good matchup for her. Gerhardt can't get the 2 to go. There's Bardick dribbling through traffic. Wow, that was pretty. Palmer, 3, off the mark. We're going to say that one's off Minahan, so it will remain Illinois Wesleyan ball. Here's Huber driving with space. Off the mark. Rebound by Huber. Powers, too strong. Rebound by Kennedy Brown. Kennedy Brown in transition. Just doesn't get totally squared up, and she's fouled on her way up by Ava Bardick.
One there with abandon, almost crashing into the bleachers there. You love to see Kennedy Brown finally putting up a strong take. She's been a little quiet as of recently, so, but she hasn't had to, which is nice when you're the main player the opposing team is scouting. It takes a lot of pressure off you when your teammates are hot, and they have been.
Kennedy Brown, the senior guard, with a tremendous career that she's had at Puget Sound, leading the team in points per game. But tonight, not as much, but able to lead in other ways, as you can see that from a really well-balanced Puget Sound team that's played tremendous tonight. Looks like that's Knutson on the way up as she's fouled.
Good shot fake there to get
So
Powers off her feet.
Hill's going to get her 4th foul.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to play into things pretty considerably here. 11-point lead for Puget Sound. Peterson Henry back in. So Peterson Henry now at the 5. So she'll probably be guarding Knutson, but I think they're going to try and go into a little bit more of a 2-3 zone look.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised with your physical presence coming off the floor. And, wouldn't expect her to be out too long, as we can see Powers already back in there with 4 fouls.
Knutson hits the first, misses the second, but she gets her own rebound. Palmer, deep 3. Yeah, why not?
Yep.
Why not me? The deep 3 breaks the lead down to 7 points.
Good job by no hesitation on that shot. Missed an open one previous, but when you're shooting, you just keep pulling until they go in.
Gerhardt driving. Brown can't get it to go. Rebound by Powers. Here's Bardick in transition. Bardick to the bucket. Yeah! 5 point Puget Sound lead.
You got to slow things down here. If you're Puget Sound, you've been putting up a lot of quick shots. Start to use some shot clock.
Illinois Wesleyan fighting tooth and nail for this one. Gerhardt, no magic on that one. Powers, the Kevin Love outlet pass to Bardick, and one! Ava Bardick.
19 points on the night now for Bardick with a chance to make it 20. She is
Bardick, the leading scorer on the court. And folks, we got a 65-62 ball game here, under 7 to play.
Bardick has been nothing short of tremendous tonight. Chance to pull it within 2, the closest it's been since that first quarter.
So correction, Bardick now with 22. Here's Patinia Hilliard going the other way. It's a small crowd, but it's a loud crowd here at West Ottawa High School. Here comes Paige O. Kennedy Brown's going to take a break on the bench. Hey, we got a wonderful matchup here. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back after this short timeout. Back here at West Ottawa High School, Matt Wayner and Jake Boss getting you to the end of this game here. 65-63 is the Puget Sound lead. Strap in, folks, because we got a good one to finish.
Yeah, and we see Autumn Hill remains on the bench coming out of that timeout.
Peterson Henry dishes out to Gerhardt, just long. Rebound brought down by Patinia Hilliard. Pass off to Reverman. Reverman sets up. She's going to be fouled on the ground by Huber. So correction, we thought we had Huber on one earlier. She does just have 3 fouls now. Paige O setting things up. Out to Reverman for 3. It's long. The ball's batted around. They're going to get that one out on Paige O. So it will be Illinois Wesleyan ball now with a chance to tie the game. They have not had a lead since the first minute of this ball game.
Fighting tooth and claw and nail, and finally a chance to take control.
And they tie it up on a Kate Palmer too. With Autumn Hill on the bench, they're able to get to that bucket so much easier.
Yeah, it just opens up so much. So many dribble lanes that weren't previously open. A lot of different ways to attack now.
Head coach Casey Kushiyama for the Loggers has no choice but to put Autumn Hill back in this ball game. Here's Paige O. For 3, it's off the mark. They got Huber and Reverman in a tie-up down there. So it's going to be a jump ball. Illinois Wesleyan ball, and like we said, Puget Sound's got to get Autumn Hill back in the ball game now. 5:30 to play. She can't get one more foul.
Yeah, I mean, the difference is night and day with her in this game and without it. Quickly, the score became tied, and she was only sitting for, seemed like a couple minutes. But, yeah, you got Powers with 4 and Hill with 4. Likely going to be guarding each other on a few of these possessions.
Palmer driving, gets it out to Bolly. And now Bardick at the top of the key, back to Palmer. Palmer with room. She's blocked by Hill.
Immediately impacts, just like we talked about.
Hill with 8 blocks.
Which is insane.
Paige O. Hand off to Minahan. Illinois Wesleyan wanted the push. Gerhardt can't get it to go.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no.
That's Hill.
And that's Hill. So Autumn Hill records her 5th foul. So you got no choice but to sub in Addison Reardon. And looking back at that play, Jake, you got Autumn Hill fighting for possession of the ball. But they're not going to let her get away with it.
Yeah, it's just one of those where you love to see the aggression. You love to see Autumn Hill playing hard, but in that situation, in that spot, it might be one of those you just let go and run down and hope for the next possession because now you're out of the game.
Now Puget Sound's defensive anchor is on the bench. Illinois Wesleyan with a chance to take the lead, and they do.
For the first time since the first quarter.
And ladies and gentlemen, we got a 67-65 Illinois Wesleyan lead.
What a game it's been.
Gerhardt driving, creating space. She's out. Reverman off the mark. Rebound by Palmer.
I've been impressed with Palmer here in the second half. She's really made an impact.
Palmer's the junior from Geneva, Illinois. Here's the ball down to Knutson, out to Palmer. Top of the key is Bardick. Huber in the middle, she's going to get fouled. They got Pajo on the body. Pajo just one foul. Illinois Wesleyan fighting tooth and nail for this one. Doing so much better on the glass since they were first half. Here's Huber with space. She gets it to go. Lauren Huber, all conference, possibly an All-American by the end of this season. Pajo thinks about it. Travel.
That's why it's so important with a player like Pajo, who's only 5'3", you get a body on her. And it doesn't even have to be hands, just a body. It should be enough to move her.
Coach Kushiyama's got to talk things over with his team down 4 with 3:36 to play. We'll take a break. Back here at West Ottawa High School, 69-65. That's the Illinois Wesleyan lead. With 3:36 to go in this ball game, Jake Boss. We were looking at a game, Puget Sound 12-point lead. And what did Wesleyan do? They chipped away, they chipped away, they chipped away. They stayed in this ball game. And Puget Sound's got to put full court pressure on now without their defensive anchor in the game, Autumn Hill. Ava Bardick steps out of bounds, so that will be a Wesleyan turnover.
Yeah, big time out of the timeout to be able to get a turnover. Down 2 possessions now. Same approach if you're the loggers here. No need to panic, even though you're down 4. Just keep doing what you do. Trust yourself.
Reardon. Dribbling around. She picks up her dribble. Ref does not see the travel. Here's Kennedy Brown driving. She dishes. That's down to Skaggs. Back out to Brown. Minahan with room for 2. Minahan cuts the lead to 2 points, 69-67. Huber passed out to Bardick. They got reared in on the body. 2:58 to play now. 69-67. Wesleyan at the free throw line.
You got to be so careful now the rest of this game with that full court pressure. Refs are calling fouls at a frequency. You know, they're not going to let you get away with much here in this game. So you got to not only protect yourselves from foul trouble, but you're giving them two free throws every time you foul from here on out.
Bardick can't get the first one to go. Powers finds a seat on the bench here. Bally comes in the ball game. They're going to check Malum in here. Bardick gets the second to go. She's got 23.
You see some pressure from Wesleyan here too.
Petunia Hillier, 70-67 is the Wesleyan lead, 2:48 to play. Brown drives, she's fouled. The foul's on Katie Palmer. He looks to the ref for a little bit of explanation there.
I like it by Brown though, the senior leader, taking control of the game when things seem to be going a little haywire.
They're going to need her down the stretch here to command the basketball to be in her hands. Brown gets it to go. (70-69) is the Wesleyan lead, 2:47 to play. A trap. Oh!
Wow.
Missed layup opportunity by Petunia Hillier, but they also got a jump ball there, so it will be Puget Sound basketball. Minahan into Skaggs. Gerhardt thinks about it. She's got a matchup on Knutson. Gerhardt's been good today, double-digit points. Petunia Hillier deep. Rims in and out, rebound brought down by Gerhardt. 2:22 left in this ballgame. 70-69 is the Wesleyan lead. Brown drives, she's got a step, and they're gonna get Kennedy Brown on the charge.
It's a tough call for Brown, but
she had that hand extended, it looked like.
Yeah. Can't dwell on it, certainly.
Huber breaks pressure out to Palmer in the middle of the court. Now to the guard, Bardick. Bardick to Powers, back to Bardick. Bardick's fouled by Petunia Hillier.
Yeah. Just a little handsy, no reason for it in that spot. Giving them free throws. You can tell she knew on her face as soon as she did it. Got to be so fundamentally sound down the stretch in these games.
So Petunia Hillier's got 4. A couple of subs in here. Now for Wesleyan. Bardick, another one. She's been fantastic today.
Good offensive rebound.
Bardick with 34. Bardick's got 26, but we got Malum at the free throw line now. Malum off the mark, 71-69. Wesleyan lead with 1:58 to play in this game. Malum, yes, 72-69. Wesleyan lead. Under 2 to play.
Set something up here, get a good shot. No reason to rush anything.
Katina Hillier out to Brown for 3.
Oh.
Off the mark.
Another jump ball.
Sarah Bali gets the board, but they're going to get a jump ball. Powers and Knutson check back in the ball game.
Good find.
Great find to get Palmer in transition. Here's Knutson. Knutson's trapped. Gets the ball out to Powers. Here's Bardick setting up the offense. 1:26 to play and a 3-point lead for Illinois Wesleyan. Powers to Huber. Huber can't get the 2 to go. Rebound is brought down by Kennedy Brown.
Minute 10. The clock running down here. The lead is 3 for Wesleyan.
A minute to play. 72 to 69 is the Illinois Wesleyan lead. And it's a steal by Mallory Powers, sorry. Too excited. She's fouled.
Crucial mistake there. Just didn't see her jump the passing lane at the last second. A great play by Powers, but then the foul is what really hurts you.
So Mallory Powers finds herself at the free throw line. The 72 to 69 lead here with 54 seconds to play. The first one goes. Malum checked in the ball game for Illinois Wesleyan. Powers gets the second to go. 74 to 69, the Illinois Wesleyan comeback.
Yeah.
Unbelievable effort by the Titans in this game.
Down 18 points at one point.
But they're back in it with a 5-point lead and less than a minute to play. Here's Patinia Hillier setting up offense for Puget Sound. She sets up and it's blocked and it's brought down by Huber. Here's Bardick.
Got a foul, yep.
Bardick's fouled by Paige Gerhardt. We have 37 seconds left in this ball game. Bardick an opportunity to close it out at the free throw line.
If you're going to choose a player to foul, I don't think it'd be Bardick here tonight.
And Jake, I mean, we talked about Bardick, unbelievable down the stretch, 26 points in this ball game. Bardick 4 for 7 from the free throw line. And even more impressive, 4 of 8 from 3. She gets it to go, extends the lead to 6. Extends the lead to 7.
Well, I think it's just about out of reach now, but I've seen crazier things.
What an exciting start to the season for D3 women's basketball. There's Gerhardt. Yeah, she gets it to go. Cuts the lead to 4 points. Palmer with 25 seconds left. The Titans are going to take a timeout, talk things over. Hey, we'll stay right here and talk about what just happened, Jake. 76-72 is the Illinois Wesleyan lead with 23 to play. Couple of possessions back. Get Bardick getting fouled. Really good defensive pressure down the stretch by Wesleyan. I'm so impressed by their ability to make an adjustment in the second half.
Yeah, they've been doing a lot of it down low. We saw the points in the paint really take an uptick from that first half where they only had 6. They did a lot better job of getting the ball in the hands of Huber and letting her facilitate. And then we've seen just, a lot of capitalization on fouls. The free throws have been going in. And then if you're the Loggers here, that's the greatest start you could have hoped for, was hitting that three-pointer right there. So you're going to need a turnover here, and if not, you got to hope for a missed free throw. But the first step's been complete.
In the story, really, earlier in the game, Autumn Hill fouled out. She had 8 blocks in this ball game.
In 3 quarters.
A freshman. with just an unbelievable ability to impact the game at this level. Somebody I'd be really excited to see. And if Illinois Wesleyan closes this out, they will play Hope College at 2:30 tomorrow, and Illinois Wesleyan will play the earlier game, 12:30 against John Carroll. John Carroll crushed by Hope earlier, 94-54. But let's see how this game finishes out. 76-72 is the Wesleyan lead.
I'll be having a discussion about where exactly the ball is to be inbounded. Or no, time. Time on the clock.
They're resetting the game clock. So the game clock is correct. He confirms 23.5 seconds in this game. Bardick's fouled. I believe that one will be on Skaggs. So Sarah Skaggs, the freshman, 6 foot, from Bellevue, Washington, Sammamish High School. For all of you who are joining us here, thank you so much. For those of you on the East Coast or in Ohio following your beloved teams and family members, thank you so much for listening to the Hope College Athletics broadcast.
Yes.
Bardick misses that free throw, leaves the door open with a 4-point lead and 21 seconds to play. Bardick gets a second to go. She's got 27.
A quick 2 here.
Minahan dishes to Gerhardt. Gerhardt for 2. Yeah. 77-74. 12 seconds to play. Lauren Huber's fouled by Minahan.
Hubert 4 for 5 on free throws so far here tonight. Certainly someone you're comfortable having in their hands.
For those of you joining us, it was Puget Sound dominating for 3 quarters, demanding Illinois Wesleyan to make changes, and Coach Mia Smith a tremendous job making adjustments in the 4th quarter to bring them back.
Yeah, they had 11 points at the end of that first quarter and are currently sitting with 77. So obviously slow start, but from there on out, it's really been off to the races with this offense.
Huber misses the front end, clinging to a 3-point lead, extends it to 4. 78-74, 11 seconds to play.
Like the same thing, try to give them one more quick 2.
Paige O driving, Reverman, it's long. 1.6 seconds left, 4-point lead. So Illinois Wesleyan's gonna go home with this one.
Looks that way.
They clawed, tooth, and nail, Jake.
And you gotta give it to both teams, honestly. This is the reason you play in these type of tournaments. This is the reason. Wow. Of course that went in.
Who else but Jordan Reverman, who's been hot all game.
Yeah,
I believe she ended up with 18 in this one. Reverman did a wonderful job. But that will do it. 78-77. Let's do a quick breakdown of what we saw, Jake.
Yeah, I mean, you saw it right there at the end. Both teams just a lot of shots, high-paced offense the entire game, and it just came down, honestly, to who outlasted the other. Autumn Hill went out of the game, fouled out early on in the 4th quarter, and that seemed to be the difference, you know. Once that happened, Illinois Wesleyan really capitalized, and they went right at them in the paint, and just were very productive in that second half.
Very impressive comeback by Illinois Wesleyan. So remember, folks, tomorrow, 12:30, it's going to be the start for Puget Sound taking on John Carroll. And then at 2:30 will be Hope College taking on Illinois Wesleyan Titans. So we'll see you folks tomorrow. Matt Wayner and Jake Boss. I will be back on the call for those two tomorrow, and we will see you then.